What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to episode number 8 of the TD Markets podcast.
Season 2.
Joined by my colleagues, Seppo and Julian. Was that the right word? Was it colleagues? Esteemed colleagues?
Yeah. The last time I said Zendan and
colleague.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome. We as always, we're excited to be back. You know, we're gonna talk all things markets. Hope everyone is good back home. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, so interesting week so far.
I think before we start, just like to apologize. We couldn't have the session yesterday. So the podcast episode yesterday, so we're having it now.
Technical issues.
Yeah, technical issues. You know, but yeah, gentlemen, yeah, let's see what the week has for us. Starting with the calendar.
Oh yeah, yesterday fairly quiet. I don't think there was a lot happening yesterday. Today we had rate statements out of the AUD. Came out a bit higher than expected, up about 25 basis points.
25.
And we saw the AUD weaken off of the back of it. I think it's a pretty good indication of where we're leading with regards to FOMC coming up as well. And it's weird movements, man. Like, you'd still expect like strength out of it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Powell speaking at 5 o'clock today as well.
Do you know what that is about? Because
he's basically testifying to the semi-annual monetary policy report, to the Senate and to the House, basically catching up with their plans and everything that they want to do. So it's pretty much in the lead up, so that government basically knows what they're looking at doing still for the year going forward. So we might still see some movements out of that, depending on what he says and how they sort of look at phrasing things. But yeah, that's the big thing, and it's today and tomorrow. So he's testifying in front of Senate today, and then tomorrow it's in front of the House of Financial Services. So basically the House that they're testifying in front of. Tomorrow we've got CAD rate statements as well.
Yep.
Pretty much expecting it to stay solid at 4.5%. Not really at an increase there, which would be the first time so far that they haven't increased or increased interest rates. So it's going to be interesting to see how the market takes it, because I think this might give us a bit of an indication to what's going to happen going forward during the course of the year, or if there's any pausing or cutting going to happen. Because I still think like we might see more strength coming into currencies when cutting happens more than anything else going forward.
So forecast is the same.
Right? Same. So the previous one was 4.5%. Forecast was 4.5%. So still looking to be pretty much the same there. Then we've got ADP coming out tomorrow as well. It's a nice one to actually keep a close eye on with regards to NFP coming up on Friday. And that's basically it. Friday NFP. We do have like monetary policy statements coming out of Japan as well, but it's Japan, so.
We also have jobs tomorrow. We also have jobs tomorrow. Lagarde is also speaking, for whatever that's worth.
That's
at
not
some
point.
We can. We have GDP on the JPY on Thursday as well, and jobless claims. Thursday as well. Friday we have GDP, Japan monetary policy statement, German CPI, NFP, and unemployment. And funny enough, you speaking about this CAD situation, I've actually been keeping on a nice trade that could play out to either side on AUD CAD, which both have interest rates this week. So I think a little bit later we could maybe take a look at that as well.
So Friday, it's all about the job data.
NFP
from both the CAD and the USD unemployment rate from both. And this is basically how the week is looking. There's a lot of important reports this week. It won't really be a technical like we had last week and last 2 weeks back, I think. It was a lot of technical week. Last week was also a lot of technical week. Not really important reports that came out last week.
Yeah.
Right. So this is how the calendar is looking. Any report here that you think might be a surprise?
ADP.
I was surprised.
ADP, like I'm leaning more towards NFP.
Yeah, I was about to say NFP. Don't you think? Because the last NFP came out good.
Yeah, like
500.
517,
And what is the forecast now?
224.
Down.
A lot down.
Well, the last two previous months were down, like 190, 200 mark as well.
Well, there's two different scenarios you can see, right? So either you're going to see it as it's going to come out at 300, which is better, but a lot less than like the previous month, or we're going to see something lower than that. If it comes out at 190, like I think there's going to be like significant weakness.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think being on par with forecast is going to be good.
No, it won't.
I don't even think. Well, I think maybe being over forecast would still kind of sort of be good if it's more towards like 300, 350, 400 sort of mark. But 500 is a big boy to match months in a row.
All right. And unemployment rate still staying at 3.4.
Yeah.
3.4%.
I don't think that might change much. We might get a bit weaker, but like 3.5, I think it's going to stay pretty much consistent. Average hourly earnings also forecasted to be the same at like 0.3%.
Yeah.
I don't see that to change much. It's just that big NFP number, like I think might change a bit. Hopefully a bit lower. I want more weakness in the markets at the moment.
And yeah, so we are gonna do a live stream. I think the audience know by now that this coming Friday we've got the NFP live stream. All right, please do join us at 15 minutes just before the report comes out, 3:15.
Yeah, so it's 3:15.
Yeah,
it's coming out at 3:15. When is daylight savings time?
It's already like in play now because I do see the market is now again opening at.
No, like sometime or another it's gonna change to 2:30.
Yeah, so that's from end April.
End of April.
Yeah.
That's still a while.
Yeah, still a
Okay.
while. Well, I think start or end April, one of those two, because we did look at the next FOMC statement. Actually, is at 8:30, back to 8:30. The next FOMC, so that's next week.
Wait, FOMC next week? Oh, you see?
The week after.
Yeah, it's the week after.
You see, the next FOMC moves back to 8:30, not 9:30.
Yeah, next week we have CPI.
Yeah. So if the next FOMC, I definitely know is back on 8:30. So we are either next week or the week after the daylight savings turns back to.
Oh, so now it's been 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, FOMC is on the 22nd.
And the time for that?
That's the
8
last
o'clock.
week.
8 o'clock. Yeah, you see. So we're going back to standard time.
Yeah.
Standard US Open. We'll get our sort of CPI data and those types of things back at 2:30, and we can have podcasts at 2:15 again.
Yeah. CPI next week, 3:30 on Wednesday, right? That's on a Wednesday, I think.
Well, CPI is on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So
Forecast for CPI?
I will look for you just now. CPI forecast. There's no forecast I said.
Okay.
I will probably see like towards Friday.
Yeah.
Friday to see actually what it is.
Yeah. So, but again, we're also gonna do a CPI live stream on Tuesday. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Basically around this time next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope we won't be disturbed by load shedding.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
He's like also, it's alright.
Yeah. So there's a new minister of electricity now. You all saw that.
I haven't actually really caught up with the whole cabinet reshuffle. I had load shedding last night. I had load shedding, so unfortunately I couldn't. So I haven't even, so busy today, I haven't even looked at anything.
Pretty much he fired all of his enemies and put in new people.
Okay, well.
I mean, it was gonna happen.
Get rid of the rot at the roots, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah, like I don't know what a difference that minister's gonna make. If at all.
I do hope that he has a better stance with green energy, because as we all know, the previous one did not want to entertain green energy.
No, this is the first time there's a energy minister in play. Like, there's never been an energy minister before.
No, we always have had an
Really?
energy minister. Yes.
No, man, I'm pretty sure
He
this is
was
the
the one that was advocating for Shell to blow up our coastline,
Mm,
and not instead of doing green energy. Like that's dumb.
it seems suspicious.
It is suspicious, eh? Very suspicious. He's also a very big pusher for coal power, which is also very suspicious. Why don't you want to move to natural gas turbines?
It just tenders, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how the week is looking. Anything else? Well, it's still a Tuesday. Actually, there was something that I was gonna put on the table, but it will come. Kind of forgets. I think it's something that happened last week. Yeah, during the week. There's something that happened last week during the week. Just a bit of news.
Yeah, Man U lost 7-0. Is
See,
that maybe
oh,
what's
that's
sitting in
where
the
we're
back
going.
there? Or
Is it where we going right now?
I'm just joking.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
know,
remember anything significant last week.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but look, it will come. It will come. Discuss it. Yeah, put it on the table. Yeah, you know that Man United beating. I mean, we were supposed to be humbled. You know.
No, I think humbling is a good thing.
It's
Yeah.
a good thing.
Humbling is a good thing because the more arrogant you get. No, I'm not saying they got arrogant. I think they might have gotten too confident, but I'm gonna state this again. Like last time we lost to City 5-2.
Yeah.
We went on the winning run we were on now. So
So we're gonna come back.
let's hope, yeah.
Coming back. We're coming back.
A real Betis.
We have Real Betis.
Yeah. Next game on Thursday.
UEFA.
Europa League, yeah.
Europa League. Yeah. Let's take a look at a bit of it. I mean, what the charts are doing. Wait. All right. So let's see. All right. Everything is all good. All right. Yeah. The last time we were looking at natural gas. You know, you guys still want to go back to it?
Yeah, it's actually been. It looks like it might have bottomed out to some extent. Like I would like it to form like a bit of a double bottom on natural gas. And I start looking at taking up higher, but a bit of a gap on the downside. But there's a bit of support there. There's no significant patterns of movement change in price, but it does look like that level that it broke that's holding quite at the moment. That might be the next support for us to actually look at pushing up a bit higher. Listen, it's not a falling knife anymore. That's like the good thing.
Yeah, now we're seeing structure being broken to the upside, so it is a good thing. Now we can then look for patterns to confirm the push to the upside. But I see what you're talking about here. Yeah. So still anticipating it to start railing to the upside from these levels. This is what $2.
Yeah, it's about $2, almost $2 flat.
Yeah, $2.
It's a pretty decent price to start looking at buying.
Yeah. You just get that demand to come back.
Yeah.
And we're moving out of winter now. Most of we're moving into winter, and colder regions are moving out of winter. So I think maybe there'll be a bit of choppy price action in the next couple of months until we hit the cold seasons again.
Think so.
Unless something significant happens that, cuts gas supply in half or something like that, I think it all still comes down to this whole conflict in Russia and Ukraine.
Waiting for that war talk to come on.
Yeah, if something like that,
Or the US, like more UFOs invading the US.
Yeah, the Chinese UFOs, man. Chinese UFOs.
Gold as well. You see, gold has been okay now. It's dropping.
I love it. I love seeing that. I love it. I'm still expecting it to go lower. I wasn't happy with that bounce on 1804. I don't feel that's the level that we're going to be bouncing from. Maybe looking to go back to that 1800, 1790 sort of zone and continuing back up from there. But I think NFP could also, if it comes out much worse or on par with what the forecast is, I think we could get some proper movement to the upside out of gold.
Yeah, I don't think it's ready to move up just as yet.
Yeah, I was hoping that we might, retest or hold that sort of 1850 level, kind of, Yeah, right there. If we could have held that yesterday, I would have been very happy taking a buy with it. But because we didn't hold it, moving straight back down to those moving averages on the daily time frame, it's looking for liquidity.
Was it trading now?
It should be around 1840.
1835.
Oh,
35.
35. Nice.
It's through the.
My TP's hit. Hey.
So listen, last week we did a breakdown of this for one of
Yeah.
the clients who asked.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about
the
that
push.
1800 level a lot.
Let's
Sort
push
of
the upside,
expecting that push.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
close.
This is the weekly.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
close was good. It would have indicated to me we might be hitting for that push up high.
But it was that Friday impulse movement. Did you see that?
Wait. This price action, this candlesticks. There's something happening right here. Right, let me point it out. Sorry to cut you there.
No.
Julian.
Please
So-
go ahead.
So we've got this bullish candlestick that closed above, right? Let me just clean this chart. Right, so I just want you guys to check something quickly. So we have this candle that made a week here, right? We've got this engulfing situation here. If this weekly candle closes like this candle here, where it spikes down and closes above, then we've got a reversal structure pattern to the upside. Right?
Like-
It's a head and shoulder.
Like I spoke about the other day.
Yeah.
Ideally, when I normally look at the weekly time frame, I want this week to actually close above,
Mm.
and I want it to actually hold above there because that's the level I normally want to look at testing.
Mm.
But from a long perspective, you normally want it trading above that wick. So from there upward.
So that 1800 that we have been talking about, yeah, if this candle spikes down, I don't think we go into. I think this is that level. Yeah, that's that higher low, because there is structure to there is structure here. Yeah, so this I would wait for this week to close and see how the weekly candle closes. If it closes bearish, it'll go down. That means you've got a lower low in the market.
Yeah,
Then we'll see.
at the moment I'm still feeling like this is still a push up more than anything else. We tested the levels we wanted to at 1800. Possible we'll go retest at 1800 again. I'm not sure if we would. But I think we need to form a nice little higher low. Just to.
Because this is 61.8 even, so rejection 61.8. This weekly time frame is very interesting. It's
Yeah.
very interesting. Yeah, so let's see next week Monday how this will look. I mean, we're gonna go through this on the NFP stream,
Oh yeah.
but we'll see how. Yeah, but on Monday next podcast, watch out for gold analysis coming, but it's looking good. It's looking good. I'm just afraid of this, I think there's liquidity here. There might be liquidity here. We might go back in, and then we'll see what will happen here.
Yeah, I think gold's gonna fly this year at some point. By the end of the year, I think we'll very much be sitting at 2000.
Then we're gonna create a higher high. That's
I really do.
my long-term analysis.
I really do feel like that. And if the geopolitical situations in this world continue to play out the way they are playing out, I don't see why that's not a scenario. Yeah, look at that.
This is still what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
there.
There is a huge probability chance that we're going back.
It's lining up so well there. Obviously this is the weekly time frame, so it's hard to sort of say time horizon for this, but that's what I'm picking up from it. It's if that is a nice retracement on it, I'd still look at taking it up to that 161 level.
That extension.
Yeah, 100%. Look at taking it up to those levels.
I think that's like a 38.2 because this is 50 here. This is 50.
Confusing.
Then 38.2 might be right there. That's where the market. So there's confluence with the fib as well. Oh, 38.2, we've got 61.8 as well. Yeah.
It's great.
It is.
See, even
It's
there,
great. But it's still, I feel like we're still coming down a little bit more. So those of you that part of my things, don't say I didn't tell you. So I warned you guys on Friday to stop buying. If you didn't listen, it's your own fault. Because
Yeah.
Friday evening, a lot of traders were trying to grow, that FOMO, trying to get into the market after we sort of had that sort of aggressive push in between 1850 and 1858. And I warned all of them, do not buy on this level, because we will come down at some point. Let's rather look at the moving averages and then look to buy it from there. And I hope you all listened. I really do hope you all listened.
yeah, to be fair, like if I look at the 4 hours on gold, like this looks like a strong move to the downside.
I know. I was not convinced. I feel like this whole movement we got up on Friday was extremely impulsive, and I just don't know where it came from. Because there was nothing that really should have, made those sort of moves. So I have some guys that have been longing it since the bottom. No, since this last bottom. But yeah, I'm wary of. I'm still wary of buying. I'm really still wary of buying.
Yeah, I think a little more patience is required.
Yeah,
Gold.
definitely.
Yeah, and then
We did break out. Was looking like we're trying to sort of change momentum or sort of start moving to the upside, but breaking back down to that previous sort of structure high there, I don't like that. If we stayed around that sort of 1840 level, build up some support there.
Yeah.
Sure, let's go for the buy. But I also do feel like a lot of traders are getting out of the market in anticipation of NFP this week.
Yeah, I think this week it's not really safe to trade at all.
Yeah.
This week.
Short term. Trade short term this week.
Yeah.
Intraday, that's it.
Yeah. Although I'm in a long on USD Swiss. A long on USD Swiss. I've been talking about USD Swiss last week.
Yeah, we spoke about it last week. It was
Nice.
quite well. Came back to that support level.
I was waiting for it to come right there, so I just caught it today. So just waiting on it to fully commit. I'm anticipating a continuation to the upside. I think there is still some dollar strength in the market still. Yeah.
Let's have a look at the AUD CAD, because that's something I started looking at on Friday.
AUD.
Yeah, and from a weekly sort of perspective,
Yeah.
both ways look like a very, very, very nice trade. Especially if we look at the bigger picture. It's either to the upside, a very nice trade, or that continuation back down to the downside, sort of breaking out, coming back down, trying to test that previous lower high. I feel like if we can, right there where we're sitting today. I do feel like the interest rates had some sort of an influence. So I'm saying with those Canadian interest rates tomorrow will definitely help me to make a decision on whether I want to long or short this pair. But I feel like there's a lot of opportunity on this pair as well.
Yeah, I mean, and I did an analysis on one of the opening bells who also took a trade on our education session, a short actually, down to these levels.
Nice.
All right, so I think they're out, everyone is out now. And the thinking behind that was looking at how the market giving us a possible double top scenario there. And basically and then there was also confluence with the Fed, this weekly Fed there. It was 61.8. It was holding price. Hence, we're seeing the aggressive push to the downside. And the target is here.
Yeah.
So then we'll see what will happen. Are we going to break and continue down? Because there seems like there is going to be a continuation down.
Yeah.
Right. But as you said, the CAD interest rates, we'll see how that will affect this chart. But
That's interesting price actually.
Yeah.
it is.
That, like I started looking at it about Thursday last week. I was running through a couple of things, trying to figure out what I want to start talking about in the trade room this week, and I stumbled across this. And I thought this is just like such a great label for either or. If we get the price action to confirm the buy, there's a lot of different places where we can continue to scale into the upside, and the same with the continuation is we can wait for that break, retest, sell, lower low, retest, sell, lower low, retest, sell, all the way back down to I don't think all the way back down to the bottom of the structure,
Yeah, all the way down here.
but at least far enough for you to make decent cash. And it's a nice pair to trade. It moves quite solidly, low volatility, and doesn't cost a lot of money.
Yeah, ADK is one of those quiet pairs.
Yeah.
You know, it does move, but you like you mustn't anticipate those funny movements.
Yeah.
There. Right. Yeah. This was a nice push to the downside.
Yeah,
this
very
move here.
nice. Very.
I see there's a continuation down. Yeah.
Because this morning, yesterday, it started looking like it wanted to, on the shorter time frame, 4 hour, 1 hour, looked like it wanted to start holding sort of the higher low that it made. And so I started buying in there, thinking, okay, let's just keep the stop tight. If we can, this is the perfect place to be in if we turn around in this market. But unfortunately, we were stopped out with the rate decision, but that doesn't change, my interest in this pair in the next coming weeks.
I get you. But it's a very nice pair to trade. Very nice pair to trade. So is this what you're looking at?
Yeah, this is what I was looking at.
And you, Xander, do you have a chart that maybe perhaps?
Not really. Like I want to see look at oil a bit. We haven't touched on oil in a while.
We have inventories today as well, I think, or tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
What about Bitcoins?
No, we took a big dive. Staying within structure, but we took a dive, and it's looking good. It's really looking good. Another higher low. It's looking good. I still feel it's looking good. I think this is just another one of those buy the dip scenarios. And holding a little short-term trend very nicely. Holding that higher low a little bit nicely. We got the higher high, got the higher low. Let's see if we can continue up from here instead of just completely breaking down again. Because if we can continue up from here, there is some good catalyst for crypto this year, next year. That's why my timeline is 24 months to actually. Well, right now it's about 22 months. We're getting somewhere, at least.
Yeah, at the moment, I don't have any thoughts on Bitcoin. Yeah, don't have. Yeah, but let's see, right? The third touch of this trend line here.
Yeah.
If there was like a demand zone somewhere here, like a nice demand zone, then definitely we were going to push a little bit to the upside. But there's no demand zone. It's on the 78.6 or 88.6 of this, I think 78.6. It's a bit of a deep retracement.
Yeah.
Bit of a deep retracement.
The Bitcoin community was anticipating this drop on Friday, right?
Yeah.
So
Any particular reason?
I'll find out for you because I do have some guys that do like trading Bitcoin. That just sent me a message and I was like, damn it, I just didn't like they had some sell stops or sell limits. Sorry.
Yeah.
So just didn't hit their sell limit. And then collapsed very quickly.
Yeah.
So they did speak to me about that. I didn't actually see why, but the large majority of the community was expecting that strong push to the downside.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, we will definitely keep a close eye on Bitcoin as well.
Obviously, it's on a big bank, so.
Yeah. Yeah, but for me personally, I'm still looking at USD sways. I see USD's up. It did drop. It's pushing back up again.
22, baby.
We're most likely gonna break this. We're most likely gonna break this high here.
Especially if we go into stage 8.
That's what I wanted to talk about when I said something happened. I think last week we got news that
Stage 16.
is it stage 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just ridiculous.
Now they're just revising all of the load shedding to put a different stages to it. But like stage 8 is pretty much blackout. So if they're talking about going to stage 16, they need to revise the whole way they set up the stages. And I think that's something they are looking at for more efficiency.
Yeah, so what they want to kind of look at doing is load shedding places that use more power than they should. So, you know, the exact same way you get charged more, the more units you use. So they want to look at like how much power is this area using in comparison to how many people's living there, infrastructure, businesses, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And then decide, you know, are these people using more power? Are they straining the grid or not? And depending on that is going to depend on your load shedding schedule. And I actually think that's pretty nice because people are going to be held accountable. You know, put your geysers off, put your swimming pool pumps off, put your lights off when you leave your house, all those types of things. Just save a little bit of energy.
Yeah.
The best part for me was like them ESCOM CEO, ESCOM board, that board director telling people to, instead of complain about load shedding, put solar in so that they can help take strain off of the grid.
Yeah, but didn't they also say that you need to pay more taxes if you put in?
They're changing that as well.
Like I saw there is, like last week they did say there's going to be rebates applicable, so it's up until I think 15,000 rand when you're doing 60. It's up to 60,000. I think it's 25%.
Yeah.
Up to 60,000 and above, like you're capped at like 15,000 basically. But that's only for solar panels. They do not include the batteries, generators, all the other stuff that people still need to acquire for load shedding. So still hypothetical, like I don't know.
It's another
There's
pie
still
to put your finger in, and knowing our government, they like having their fingers in pies.
So we'll see. Like it's an initiative, but they were also saying ESCOM was thinking of ways like how they can still put their finger in their pie when it comes to you producing your own power as well.
Yeah.
But still, like I don't know if our grid is set up so you can actually feed into the grid.
You can.
And I don't understand like why more companies aren't doing it either. Especially if you're looking from a mining resources perspective, they sit with a lot of land they can actually extract and actually make money out of it by providing more into the grid. Like the Northern Cape can be the richest financial hub in South Africa by just planting like solar panels all over the place and feeding the grid. I would want to see something like that, but I don't think like if it's in our government's capabilities of actually doing that.
Yeah, let's see with the new energy minister what we can accomplish. Also coming up is elections next year, so we don't even know if we will still have an ANC government, hopefully.
Likelihood is still pretty high.
Yeah.
Now they were predicting by 2028 no more ANC government, as might be as early as next year, because their last election was very close. So this year, if a coalition government act, I would actually just prefer the ANC to be in charge there more than a coalition government because they can't even run a Gauteng properly. How do they want to run a country properly without infighting? But next year is going to be a nice year.
It's going to be very interesting.
It's election in US as well next year.
Next year's US elections.
2024 is going to be good.
Looking forward to that, but it's still a while away. So
still got this year to worry about.
So
it's about it for today.
It's about it for today. I want to touch on I don't know, a little bit of soccer quickly.
No.
Are we done?
No, it's fun.
We taking the 7-0.
Nothing to say.
Taking the 7-0.
Take it like a champ. You just don't want to discuss it.
Hey, but at the end of the day, I think people also do understand that the squad is under a lot of strain, playing so many matches on top of each other.
I was telling you, like the amount of games we're playing at the moment is ridiculous. Like last week we played 3 games.
3 games last week.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
And you guys don't have enough good players to sort of
Yeah, the rotation is not really
rotate
good,
the
so.
squad.
The squad depth is not really.
So I don't know, like for me, like I told Julian as well, like I'll be happy if we just make top 4 this year. We can grab another trophy along the way.
A week ago it was we're gonna win the league.
No, like that was very unlikely.
Man, top 3. I want top 3.
I'll be happy with top 4. Just if we can just grab Champions Leagues next year,
Top
and
4.
build on the squad from there. But like
This
I would
weekend's
be,
West Ham, right? You guys will destroy West Ham.
yeah, I think
Most
I will stand
likely.
this week.
Yeah.
Now, don't we have Southampton?
Southampton.
Southampton,
When?
this week.
Well, that's next week.
Is that next week? But anyways, like there's a bit of a gap coming up, so I hope we can rest some players. So we've got the next 2 weeks. We've got Europa League and League. And then following that, listen, we're in the quarterfinals of FA Cup.
Yeah.
In the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, we're in the last 16 of the Europa Cup.
The Europa.
We've already won the Carabao Cup, and we are set to have a tough sort of an end to the season. Oh, I say end to the season, but we're still have like 12 games to go.
With regards to the takeover, any updates on that?
Yeah, sort of. So Jim Radcliffe and the Sheikh, they're both through to the final stages of it now. So this is where they're gonna start delving into the balance sheets and everything properly.
So
I know
Elon
both.
Musk never really pursued.
Hey.
Elon Musk never really pursued.
Well, they did say there's one other secret buyer. So-
Elon Musk.
I doubt it. I think he's still
Listen,
trying to
that would-
cover up his
that-
Twitter boo-boo.
That would be the surprise of the century
Yeah,
if that
yeah.
happens, and I would love that if that happens. Or put a whole twist to things. We might get Benny McCarthy as the new number 9, and
See Manu stock just fly, bro.
So yeah, like I think they said there's one secret buyer. We'll see who that is. And that is through it as well. But I think mostly it's going to come down to the Sheikhs. Jim Ratcliffe's looking at leveraged buyouts. So making use of banks to finance, where the Sheikhs are basically looking at coming in and buying it cash.
Cash is king.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
I think balance sheet wise, the Sheik's also gonna look way better.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about they're getting into Man United.
Oh,
balance
Manu
sheets.
strategy. Okay.
So this is where the real discussion is coming in. What I've heard is that they want to look at having the club sold by the transfer window, like before the transfer window.
Makes
At the end
sense
of
though.
the season, basically.
But I mean, if the Sheiks get it, that would actually be great because then they can actually start supplementing some of the players, actually building, like you said, a squad with a little bit more depth.
Yeah, and it's causing a bit of concern at the moment because we're not signing new contracts, we're not extending contracts at the moment just because we don't know what's happening. Like Rashford's contract is still up for renewal. Garnacho's contract is still has not been finalized. There's a lot of contracts not finalized. De Gea as well. There's a lot of contracts that's yet to be finalized, and I just hope we can sort everything out sooner rather than later.
But I think the future looks very bright for Man United. You know.
Yeah, if I had 6 billion, I would.
You go for it.
Yeah,
Hey, soon. Figure something out today. You never know.
if we had 6 billion.
Yeah, that's dollars.
Yeah, like convert that into rand.
You don't want
I don't
to
think
know.
I can read that
Hey, we
much.
don't want to know, eh? Yeah.
It's gonna be like, so 1 billion is gonna be like 180 billion rand times 6. That's 16.
Don't you have that gift of that
No, I'm not gonna.
Zach Galifianakis?
I'm not even gonna try. I don't think I can pronounce that number. You know,
Yeah.
No, it's just what's that? 6 times,
18.
and that's dollars, huh?
Yeah.
It's dollars, so 6 times 18. Yeah.
So if you take that 10, that's 60, 600, 18, 16, 24,
While Julian's trying to
32,
finalize his
40.
math, we'll wrap it up there.
40.
Yeah.
if anyone has about 40 billion rand lying around, please get in touch. We would love to chat about a takeover. TD Markets owned by TD Markets.
Yeah, that would be
Man
great.
United owned by TD Markets.
Man United Markets.
That's a good ring to it.
Yeah. I think that's it. For this episode. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Cool. Cheers, guys.
The next stream, no, just before that.
Yeah.
The next stream is the NFP.
NFP.
Yeah.
Podcast.
On Monday.
Yeah. NFP podcast. CPI.
And we're still running that competition for NFP this Friday as well.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. There you go. Still running the competition. The NFP is this Friday, the 10th of March. So the next episode of the podcast, I think we'll know who the winner is or who the winners are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make sure you get signed up, funded, subscribe, and you could be walking away with one of these cool prizes.
Mm-hmm. Some great prizes. All right, gentlemen. I think that's where we're gonna leave it for this episode, episode number 8. Do enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Keep in touch with us on all social media platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are also streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
We are live on Twitch. All right. If you go to Twitch, TD Markets, we are also live. All right. I think that's it for the episode. All right.
Yeah.
Check you guys.
Cool.
The NFP.
Cheers. Check you guys later.